Good evening, everyone. First, let me thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand here tonight. Standing on this stage looking at all of you is something I never imagined I would be doing. It's humbling, overwhelming, and emotional to say the least. But tonight isn't about my voice. It's about a story, my story, and a tribute to the people I loved and lost, and to those who may find a part of their own journey in mine. Exclamation. My name is Christopher Tillman. I'm 50 years old, and for much of my life I worked for an intelligence agency. It was a career filled with pride, purpose, and often danger. But I never really thought of the risks because at the end of each day I had a home to return to. A home filled with love, laughter, and the three most beautiful souls I've ever known. My wife and our two daughters. My family was my anchor, my refuge from the storms of life. My wife Emily was my best friend, my partner, and the light of my world. Our daughters, Sophie and Lily, were the embodiment of joy. They would run to greet me every evening, their laughter filling the house like music. Those moments, those precious, fleeting moments, were my everything. But life, as we all know, is unpredictable. Sometimes it's cruel. One day, while I was at work, tragedy struck. There was an attack on our home, a terrorist act. A bomb tore through the walls that once held so much love, taking my wife and daughters from me in an instant. It's been years since that day, but the memory of it feels as fresh as if it happened yesterday. That moment shattered my world. The grief was unbearable, and for a long time I couldn't see a way forward. After their loss, I left my job. I couldn't function anymore. I couldn't save them, and the weight of that guilt crushed me. My days became an endless cycle of emptiness and silence. I would sit in the house that once echoed with laughter, now eerily quiet, and I would just exist. I started singing to myself during those times, singing songs that Emily loved, songs I used to sing to our girls at bedtime. It was my way of keeping them close, of keeping their memories alive. Music became my refuge when words failed me. For years I'd lived like that, stuck in the past, unable to move forward. Then one day my neighbor knocked on my door. She'd heard me singing through the walls and said, "Christopher, you have a gift. Why don't you share it?" At first I dismissed the idea. How could I stand in front of people and sing when my life felt so broken? But then I thought about Emily, Sophie, and Lily. They wouldn't want me to give up. They'd want me to live, to heal, and to find joy again. And that's why I'm here tonight. This stage, this microphone, this moment, it's not just about me, it's about them. It's about honoring their memories and finding the courage to step into the light again, after so many years in the dark. Grief is a strange thing. It's like an ocean. Sometimes it's calm, and sometimes it hits you with waves so strong you can't breathe. But what I've learned is that you don't have to drown in it. You can float, you can survive, and eventually you can find your way to shore. Tonight, I want to share a piece of that journey with you. The song I'll sing is one that Emily loved. It was her favorite, and it became a lullaby for our girls. It's a song about hope, about love, and about holding on even when the world feels like it's falling apart. When I sing it, I feel like they're here with me, and I hope that maybe, just maybe, you'll feel something too. A connection, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, there's a light to guide us. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that love doesn't die. It changes, it evolves, but it never leaves us. The people we lose live on in the choices we make, the lives we touch, and the legacies we carry forward. Emily, Sophie, and Lily may not be here physically, but they're with me in every note I sing, in every word I speak, and in every breath I take. So, to anyone out there who's struggling, who's lost someone, or who feels like they can't go on, please know that you're not alone. There is hope, there is healing, and there is a way forward. It's not easy, and it takes time, but it's possible. If I can stand here tonight, then so can you. Thank you for listening to my story, for letting me share a piece of my heart with you, and thank you for reminding me that even after everything, there's still beauty in the world. This moment means more to me than I can ever put into words. Let a word of all
quiet of the evening, when the world fades away, I hear your laughter softly calling from a time that couldn't stay. The walls once filled with memories now whisper back the pain, but in the echoes of your voices I find love remains. You're the light in my darkness, the stars in my sky, the reason I keep walking, though I still don't know why. Every note, every melody brings me closer to you. In this song, you're my heartbeat, my forever truth. I remember the mornings, sunlight dancing on your face, the way your hugs could heal me, a warm and safe embrace. Though the shadows try to claim me, I refuse to let them win, because I feel you in the music, where your love begins again. You're the light in my darkness, the stars in my sky, the reason I keep walking, though I still don't know why. Every note, every melody brings me closer to you. In this song, you're my heartbeat, my forever truth. Time may steal the moments, but it can't erase the soul. You're etched into my spirit, you've made my heart whole. And when I sing, I feel you, like you've never gone away. You're the reason I'm still standing here today. You're the light in my darkness, the stars in my sky, the reason I keep walking, though I still don't know why. Every note, every melody brings me closer to you. In the song, you're my heartbeat, my forever truth. So I sing for the moments, for the love we once knew. In the echoes of this song, I'll always find you.
And Christopher, what you just did on this stage is something I'll never forget. I've seen countless performances in my career, but this was not just a performance, it was a moment. It was raw, it was emotional, and it was deeply, deeply moving. When you first stepped onto this stage, I could see the weight you carried. You're a man who has endured more than most of us could ever imagine, and yet, despite everything you've been through, you stood here tonight and poured your heart out in a way that connected with every single person in this room. That's not just talent, that's courage. Your voice has a way of pulling people in. It's not just the technical skill, though you certainly have that. It's the emotion you convey. Every note you sang tonight felt like it came from the deepest part of your soul. And that's something you can't fake. It's genuine, it's real, and it's incredibly powerful. But what makes this even more extraordinary is the story behind it. You've been through unimaginable loss, and yet here you are, using your pain to create something beautiful. You're turning your tragedy into hope, not just for yourself, but for everyone who's listening. That takes a kind of strength and resilience that is truly inspiring. What I also admire about you, Christopher, is your humility. You're not here for fame or accolades. You're here because you have something to say, something to share. And I think that's why your performance resonates so deeply. It's not about perfection, it's about connection. And you, my friend, have connected with every single person watching tonight, including me. And I have no doubt that your family would be so proud of you. The love you have for them is evident in every word you sing and every emotion you express. They may not be here physically, but they are with you, Christopher, in your heart and in your music. Thank you for sharing your story, your voice, and your heart with us tonight. It's moments like these that remind us of the power of music and the resilience of the human spirit. You're not just a performer, Christopher, you're an inspiration.